Hello, everyone. Welcome to another random reading sprint because Becky needs motivation to read.
Same.
And I can't seem to do it without reading sprints. So here we are.
That's what friends are for.
Jackie, Laura, where's Kristen? We don't know.
She's just being Canadian.
So it's just us, apparently.
Maybe she's just pissed off because the U.S. beat Canada, and then Canada, I think, lost, and then the U.S. lost. Maybe she's just trying to gloat. I don't know.
What does that have to do with us?
I don't know. She likes hockey.
We weren't playing the game.
I know.
Hi, Abby. How are you? What are you reading? Let us know. What are y'all reading tonight? Share it with the class.
So I'm still working on this guy, but I might be putting this down just for a smidgen because I need something different and I'd like to complete more of my TBR other than, 3 books. So I have my book of the month books to choose from, or I have my alien book.
I'd say read the alien book. You might actually get it read.
Finished?
Yes, it's so short.
Yeah. I'm having a really good time with this book. It's just, it's not like I'm DMFing. It's just I need to read something different. Like, because I've been reading it all month.
Yeah. What are you reading, Laura?
Since Barbarian Mind.
I am still reading The Unmarked Witch.
Yes, Abby. I hope you're enjoying it.
Scattered Bones
by Nicole. I want to finish this tonight.
How many more pages?
That's the goal. Yeah. Let me see. I'm on page. I think this is the right page because I lost my page. I'm on page 229.
Oh, you're close.
And there's 351.
You're so close.
Yeah.
So
close. 350. I think I can do it.
Yes, this book starts with a bang. I hope you love it. I loved that. That was my first 6-star of the year.
The Scattered Bones.
Mm-hmm. It's like a dark Well, yeah, it's a dark fantasy romance, but it's like under 300 pages and it's a standalone. But it's like super romantic too, but also kind of horrific. It's great. If you want something quick and dark and romantic, there you go. What am I reading? I am trying to finish Vicious Bonds by Shonora Williams. I am now 49% of the way through it, and I need to finish it. It's about 200 and some pages left. So, I have a lot. I have so many freaking clips on my phone. I just need to get stuff done. So, how are you liking your book, though, Laura? You still loving it?
I'm loving it. I'm still loving it. It's not going to be 5 stars. I know that.
Yeah.
Because there's just some things that I have issues with. But the story itself, overall, I'm really enjoying. So.
Yeah. Are you like thinking of questions to ask us?
No.
I already have the second book on my
Kindle. Damn it, Laura.
I got the second book on my Kindle for it, so.
Which Ice Planet are you on, Jackie?
Barbarian Mind. It's the 4th one. It follows Ruth. I think it's Ruth. No, Harrow. Harrow? I think it's the name. Rook and Harrow. Harlow. Harlow. That's what it is. It's Harlow. Harlow went missing in the last book.
Was she the bitchy one? I only read the first book, so
I think she was.
She's not the one that had the translator put in her.
That's the last book. That's the last book. That's the 3rd book. I think this is the one she wanted to run away. But I don't think she actually ran away. I think she got like captured.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then this one of the prophecies has already taken place, and Paris is starting to realize, oh, Rook is feral. Yes, nice. Awesome. I like the feral ones. But Paris has finally realized that, oh, I really made a fucking stupid decision kidnapping the Queen of Sparta. So
Liz is the bitchy one. That's it.
Liz was the have I read Liz's? Yeah, I think Liz was the second book because I think she was the one that was in the cave with the deformed horn guy.
I have no
He has like
idea.
one horn, I think. I don't know. They all bleed together. They're all 7 foot tall aliens ripped for their pleasure. But this one has red
Yeah.
hair.
I have not read that series. So I don't know.
Yeah, book 2 is Liz. Yeah, that's the one with the horn.
Mhm.
And then Kira.
Not the one
is
where the guy gives her like the dildo.
No, that's book 3. That's
Oh.
Kira.
Okay.
That's the one with the hearing piece.
Oh, okay.
This one, I'm at a basketball game, but I'm feeling left out, so I had to sneak in
Oh,
here. You should feel left out
Kristen.
because you're not here. We love you though.
Just go sit in the bathroom and join us. If
I've
we
read
if
books
we
at
don't if we
basketball
don't schedule it with Kristen, she's like, I'm sorry. This
I have
wasn't
a
on my
life
schedule.
that's
This
away
wasn't
from
on my
fuckers.
schedule. I have a life.
Mhm.
I'm in public,
I'm a-
people.
Again, that has never stopped me from reading books before.
You know, that's so funny because last night there was someone, like we were closing the store and there was someone in the bathrooms watching videos on their phone. And we're like, ma'am, we need to lock the store. Please, please
We
get
know
out.
you ain't going, Pooh. Get out. Oh God. See, Kristen?
You know, I've been into a lot of Barnes and Nobles, and I don't know why, but every Barnes and Noble I've been to, their bathrooms suck. Like you would think they have like a nicer bathroom facility because you spend so much time in there reading books, like not in the bathroom, but like in the store. And you got the coffee shop, like make a nicer bathroom.
I mean, I don't think I've been in one that was like awful.
Ours aren't bad.
Ours is the doors don't lock, and there's like dents in the doors. Like it reminds me of a high school bathroom, is what it reminds me.
Oh, okay. No, ours isn't that bad.
Yours isn't like that? Okay, good.
Do they
No.
have like chairs in your Barnes and Noble, Jackie?
No, they took those out a long time
Okay.
ago.
Yeah.
They
I'm
used to
sorry,
have
but
them.
you live in this shitty neighborhood. You can tell when a Barnes and Noble is in like an upscale white suburban neighborhood.
Our Barnes and Noble is in Springfield,
They have
Springfield,
cushy
Illinois.
couches, and I'm like, oh, yep, people ain't coming in here pissing in those chairs.
No, we used to have
People
those.
ain't
and
hiding
we
needles
took
in
them out.
those chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we used to have those, and they took them out because people were loitering and falling asleep in them.
Yeah, that is not why they took them out of our Barnes and Nobles.
Do you have them in yours?
We have
No.
No.
Mm-mm. We have wooden chairs in maybe like a couple of the rooms. That's it.
Okay.
no. I have one across the way in Pennsylvania
Mm-hmm.
that still has like the cushy, like
Yeah.
sit and relax type chairs. Yeah, I'm like, this is the nice neighborhood, Barnes and Noble.
When we went to Oak Brook, Illinois, they had that was the first 2-stories Barnes and Noble I've ever seen. But it was 2-story with an escalator in it. And the coffee shop was this, not just like this little like corner, but it was like this whole side. And there was a Starbucks. There was another type of coffee shop. And there was like leather couches and shit.
Damn,
like
they had
that was the only
2
sitting
coffee
area.
shops?
Yeah, there was
That's
2
impressive.
competing coffee shops side by side with like super nice comfy chairs. It was only this one
Really?
area. And then there was like a little children's area. Like they had the children's books in the center, and they had like a play area in the children's area. I'm like,
Damn.
all right.
Wow.
No, I've never been to one that. I went to one in New York. It was like a 3-story Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
And then like on the second story they had like the children's area, and then the other half of it was like the whole cafe.
Hmm.
That was probably the biggest one I've been to. Most of them are just your standard BNs with. I think the one over in PA has it's a 2-floor.
That was the first time I saw like dark romance books in a Barnes and Noble, because they were not in our Barnes and Noble. And then I came home, and then like a few months later I started seeing them in there. So I don't know if they just now started at Illinois started carrying them. Like I had never seen Sierra Simone in a Barnes and Noble until I went to the Oakbrook one, and now I see her at ours.
Oh, mine
But
have them. Mine have
they
dark romance.
We have them.
Oh, they do? Yeah, ours didn't have them. So
Mhm.
We carry a lot of indie and self-pub
Yeah,
romance.
ours got rid of mostly like the mass market paperbacks, and they expanded the romance section.
yeah, ours did that too. It used to just be like an aisle, and now it's a squared off section.
Mm-hmm.
They also did that with the anime. They made it a squared off
Oh
section.
yeah,
We
manga and
recently
anime.
just put in all of our romantasy books into the romance section. All the books that were in fantasy, so like Sarah J. Maas and with Sarah A. Parker, all
Those
their
are
books
in
are now
fantasy
in
now?
romance. Yeah.
Oh, they're in romance.
Mm-hmm.
See, they moved all that. I think in the 2 Barnes and Nobles that I've been to, they took all of Sarah J. Maas and like JLA and like things like Hannah Witten, and that's all in the fantasy section now.
Yeah, we took all that out, and our fantasy section's smaller now, and we've expanded romance. So.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, our fantasy used to be this square section, and our romance was on the other side of it. It was just like an aisle. And now that square section is romance, and that back wall, which used to be sci-fi, is now fantasy. And then the back, like, quarter section of it that sits where the romance kind of square starts, that's all romantasy. And then it's fantasy. And then it's horror. And then horror on the other side.
Hmm.
So, at least that's how it was earlier this month when I went.
Yeah. I think
Oh, hey, Liz, grab that book. My book came in.
what book?
The book I told you guys about that I'm thinking about making a choice. It's right there on the table
No.
underneath my shirt.
No, wait, what is it?
I'm going to show you.
Oh, I went to that book event today, and they had like it was a small selection of books, but they had that Wayward Girls for Witchcraft.
Oh,
For Grady
Victoria
Hendricks.
Yeah.
I picked up that book, and the cover of it has like that scratchy kind of cover.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I picked it up. I was like, "You put that back."
I'm not going to read a book because I could take the dust jacket off.
I would. I'd probably. I don't think I could buy it because I just. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Those kind of covers just don't sit right with my soul. It's like, yeesh.
Voodoo Dreams?
Yeah, it's the story of Marie Laveau.
Oh, interesting.
It is an old book. Like, this is an old library book from Wisconsin. Has the pocket and everything.
Oh
Is
my
it a
God.
non-fiction?
No, it's fiction.
Oh, thank God.
It is fiction. But yeah,
Listen, I'll give it a try, Jackie.
but it's an older book, so. But I got it on Amazon for $12 as hardcover. So
Mm. Well, I'll give it a try, Jackie. I picked
I'm
up the
waiting.
book.
It might be an option. I'm just letting you know. So if you happen to see it, this is possibly a pick.
I
but I
also
was really-
picked up a witchy book, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I've never heard of this book, but it's a witchy romance, and
This is
why not?"
This is about Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans.
I would read that.
I thought it'd be kind of cool.
There you go, Laura, set in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Papa Legbow and like Marie Laveau the last time. I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. So I started looking, and I couldn't find any like fiction books about Papa Legbow that looked interesting. I found a kid's one explaining who he was, a kid's book. I was like, okay. But then I came across this one. I was like, okay, that sounds cool.
I'll give it a shot, Jax.
I'm not saying it's my pick, but it could be.
I mean, it sounds better than something. Okay.
Say it, Becky.
I said, shall we do reading sprints?
That's exactly what she said.
It is.
Mm,
Yeah, we could do sprints.
I want to hear Becky.
I think.
30 minutes.
Yay.
All right.
Okay.
See you in 30.
Okay.
how'd it go?
Good.
Did you start your book, Jackie, or did you continue reading your other book?
I continued.
You're not gonna start another book. You're gonna finish it.
I'm gonna finish it. It's a good book. It is. It's just it's taking fucking forever.
How far'd you get, Laura?
On page 249, I got distracted a couple times.
No, that happens. I only got like, I want to say 25 pages read. I only have 200 more pages left.
She just went through the mind trial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't ask me to remember what the hell that was.
That was a interesting one.
I zoned out on every single one of those trials.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what? Yeah. You're so close, though.
So close.
Do you know what you're going to read after that?
Well, I'm listening to an audiobook, Honey and Spice.
Oh, okay. How's that going?
Good. I'm liking it.
Good.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also started listening to The Way of Kings, which
Oh
is
my
obviously
goodness.
a reread. But Sean found the graphic audio of it, and so I've been really enjoying that.
I like graphic audios.
Yeah.
They are bringing it more to life, you know?
But it's very long.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Those
I
damn
know.
books are long. I can only imagine how long the audio is.
Yeah.
Did you get anything read this other than those books that you're reading? Did you get anything read this month?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I mean, I'm in a dent. I'm at 431, so I have 200 pages now left.
See, we are on track.
I have
200 pages left, Jackie.
this book was 300 pages, so like if I could finish this book tonight, I can finish the one tomorrow.
I have not read
No, I haven't.
No,
That's the Jade Legacy, right?
I think so.
Jade War.
Yeah.
I
I think I tried and I DNF'd.
It's on my list to try eventually, but I haven't gotten to it.
I think
Me
I started
too.
listening to the audio and I was like, yeah, this isn't
Or
holding.
Jade City is the
So,
first one.
Jade City.
Yeah. I know it's very popular and lots of people love it, but I just don't think it's like my kind of story. It seems like one you would like, Laura.
Yeah.
I feel like that would definitely be a you book.
Yeah.
People say they cry at it, so
I have this much more of part 2,
you'll get there, Jackie. You'll get there.
and then part 3 is this.
But you only have 200 pages.
Yeah. And then this is the afterword, which I'm not going to read. I don't care.
Stop licking yourself, please.
Karate Kid plus The Godfather? Interesting.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've heard it's like yeah. The Godfather. Somebody said it was like mafia type
Well, then I'd probably really like it.
shiz. Yeah, I could see you liking it.
Like mafia.
I tried though. Did you get any more Red in the Scattered Bones, Abby? Yeah, no romance though. See, yeah.
I thought it did for some reason. I don't know why.
I thought it did too, and I think that's why I picked it up because somebody was like, "Oh," it's a romance," and then I started listening to it, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's it for me." It's a
I
bummer.
believe this was not the book.
I think I've come to the point where I need to realize that I just need to stop trying to read books that don't have romance in them because I don't end up liking them.
I can't remember the last time I read a book, even a fantasy, that didn't have romance.
See, I did a video. Did I already do a video? And I mentioned you in it? And I said Laura tends to read books. What video was that I did?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I read books that doesn't have romance in it, but like, well, no, I guess a lot of the books I read have like some form of romance in it, but they're not romance. Like last month I read The Winter King, and there is a very small romance in it, but it's not anything to write home about. Like it's just mentioned that they hook up, and that's it. So there's always like some kind of element in there.
Oh, I think it was my Romantasy reader book tag thing I did that hasn't gone up yet. I think that's what I mentioned you in, Laura.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Laura reads romantic, or she reads mostly fantasy, but most of the things she reads tends to have romance in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know, but I'm assuming it's something that sounds. The more you're talking about, the more it sounds like something I'm gonna like.
No, because I like The Poppy War. Like, I love that book.
I
But
have
it
not read
doesn't
that.
make me feel good reading it. I totally get that. The Poppy War.
There's a
was
lot of
5
books that
stars.
don't make me feel good reading because I enjoy the having my heart ripped out and put in front of my face feeling.
I think if I intentionally sought those books out, I wouldn't like them, but it's always when I start reading a book that I don't know that's in there, and then it just springs on me. Those are when I tend to like them. Because I don't like being torn apart and put back together. I like my happy.
I love.
Yeah, I
when
don't
authors do
pick up
that.
a book because I know it's going to do that. If it does that, fine. But I'm not picking anything up for that sake. 'Cause I don't want that.
I do. But
Well,
usually I find that books that do that I'm told that are going to do that, going into it, I don't have that much of a this is going to happen type thing. It has to, I don't know, like Sarah J. Maas, I knew, like, because I've been told that A Court of Mist and Fury was going to rip my heart out. And it did. But the rest of the series didn't after that. Like, I mean, it did rip my heart out. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
wow, Jackie. That was poignant.
I seek books out that like are gonna rip your heart out, but like ones are like, oh my god, it's going to. It has to have like another level. It can't just be the romance. There's other things that draw to it because like Sarah J. Maas, like it was the betrayal that ripped my heart out, and in the third one, ACOWAR, it was that redemption, that like little bit of redemption, that coming back. Like that's what did it. It wasn't like the romance itself that did it. Does that make sense?
No.
No? Okay.
Not even a little bit.
I'm stuck on Helen right now. She's doing stupid shit, and Paris doesn't like her right now.
VIP by M. I have no idea what that is, Lily, but thanks for joining us. Do you know what this is? I don't know what this is. Is this a romance? Is it a fantasy? Is it a lip fic? Horror?
Oh.
What is this?
What is that?
Oh, my back just popped.
I mean, I could look it up, but
I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
Laura's doing the heavy lifting for us.
There you go.
Oh, it looks like a romance.
Oh, okay.
Yep, definitely romance. I don't know if you can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Definitely a romance.
Never seen that before.
I've never seen that either.
Oh, it's a romance erotica. Okay.
Mm.
I'm going to assume it's about very important people.
Very.
That's my guess. Oh, like mafia or billionaires.
Dark
or
romance.
dark romance. Okay, we're getting somewhere. There's one to check out.
Oh,
I'm
it's a
refluffing my
trilogy.
pillows because I've been sitting on them all day.
Ah,
Love triangle.
okay. I will not be checking it out then.
Oh, love triangle.
I
love
like a good triangle. Not
I
gonna
always
lie.
pick the wrong party. I always pick the wrong party to win. So
Yeah.
You don't. I used to back in my early days of reading, man. That was my bread and butter. And then I got burnt out on them, and then I got tired of them. So.
Yeah. Because that was the thing for a while.
That was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now I'm just like, I DNF'd a book. I was like, nope, I spy a love triangle, and I don't want to deal with it. DNF. Couldn't do it.
Mm.
Wow.
I was talking to Lizzie. Sorry.
I think someone left out in the cold.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
could just read Why Choose and then
See, I can't do that either.
it'll be everybody.
Nope. Somebody still
No?
gets left out in the cold in that too.
Nope. No, because I've learned
Yeah.
that I am a one-person person,
Mm.
and I like choosing. So I can't. I found one why choose that I really enjoyed, and I found
Motorcycle guy.
one why choose that I enjoyed, and the author like discontinued it, and I don't know why. It boggles my mind to this day because it was decently written, the story was good, the chemistry was good.
What was it?
It was called. Fuck. That wasn't what it was called. What was it called? Oh shit, I can't remember the title. It made one of my best books of the year. It was like a carnival setting, but it had like fae. It was really interesting. And then I asked the author, I'm like, hey, why can't I find this? She's like, oh, I took it down and I have no plans to continue the series. I'm like, God. Like the one why choose that I like.
Mm.
But other than that, I'm like, I like this one. And then I'm just like, why the rest are you here? I want him. But Laura's entering her why choose era. She's
I am.
found that she enjoys that. So
Yeah.
I have not found my White Shoes era. I tried reading White Shoes, and I'm just every single time I'm just like, you guys are all like alpha douchebag males that should be more like you're mine. I don't share, but I can share this one girl, and there's always one guy that stands out, and I'm just like, nah, I don't care.
Mm.
And I never liked the girl because there's nothing ever special about her.
So would you like it if they were all very like not possessive alpha males? Like just homegrown boy next door?
I
Why
would
choose?
buy a reverse harem if it was more like a female dominatrix kind of side, where she was in control of the whole thing and she was the bossy female and she was the one like, no, I don't share with other girls, but you're my hair. Like if it was actually a harem.
So you want a harem, you don't want a why choose.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But if they don't want to call them that.
Well, I think I've learned recently that there's a difference between a harem and a why choose.
Oh, I thought it was just the politically correct thing to say now.
No, I think there's a difference. I think like a harem is like guy or girl, multiple partners.
Mm-hmm.
Why choose like I think they all sort of intermesh. Poly? Whereas I think harem is just like, no, this guy has 4 women. None of these women interact in a sexual romantic way except for with him.
Oh, okay.
or with her. And like,
Well, I don't mind if the guys get it on together. I don't
and,
give a shit
and
about
why
that. So-
choose is like, oh no, this one girl has these 3 guys, but these 3 guys could make maybe like 2 of them,
Yeah.
and then maybe she, like, it's all intermixed. I think that's how my brain has concocted it anyway.
Hmm.
Does that
I
make
guess-
sense?
I guess
We
it's the
need
way I
someone
look
to
at
do
it.
a
Go ahead.
romance term video.
Yeah.
Defining romance terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how I define them and how
All right,
other people
Jackie.
define them.
What? I don't care if the dudes get it on together. I don't even care. It's just like they're and I have not read a lot of reverse harems because every single one I read is the exact same way. There's like 3 dudes. One's kind of the sensitive one, but he's still a dick to everybody else. You've got the sarcastic one who's just kind of there for along the ride, and he's the one that goes both. And you got the one that actually is probably straight. He just kind of he doesn't actually share, but he's there when the other 2 are having fun. And he's the main dude. He's the initial one that the girl actually likes. She just plays around with the other ones. But it's always this main guy. And like every single one I read. And I just think that's dumb. Like if the girl came in and be like, no, you're all mine. I'm not sharing. But the guys don't get selfish about the other guys going and playing around. So it's like it's not a harem. It's like she
It's
can't
why
be with anybody
choose.
else. Well, yeah, she can't be with anybody else, but these fucking dudes can. So you know what
Now
I mean?
I feel like I need to research this.
I feel like I need to.
Because I do think there's a difference between a harem and a why choose.
I agree. There probably is.
Because like why choose to me is like, oh, why choose between all these people when you could just have them all? Whereas a harem is like, no, I have you 3, but none of y'all can be together except for with me.
Yeah, I get that. But
And
then
I'm only
you
going
have
to
the
choose
right-
one of you one at a time. I'm not going to mix you up.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying is the why chooses they're all like, oh, we're all together. Except
Yeah.
these 3 dudes can't go, they can go out and choose other women, but she can't go choose other guys that aren't part of this little trifecta group. She can't
Yeah,
bring in a dude that she
I
wants.
can get that. Well,
That's what I'm saying is like,
I don't know if like okay, well, honestly, I really can't speak on this because I've only read like a handful of why choose and I haven't really liked any of them. But yeah,
Same here.
most of them are like that where it's like, oh, she has all these guys, but just these guys, no other
Yeah.
guys.
you can't bring in any other dude.
Yeah. But it's always
Because they're
funny though.
super alpha possessive
I
male.
I think it's a female fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't recall reading any why choose where it's one dude and multiple women.
Yeah.
That's sexist.
Well,
I feel like if a male author wrote that, it wouldn't be received very well.
Probably not.
But because female authors do it with multiple men, it's received well.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think if I saw that kind of dynamic where like a female dom comes in, like we're just use a female dom, be like, no, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. If I want to bring in another dude, I'm going to bring in another dude and you're just going to suck it up and deal with it.
okay.
And you guys can't go off and find off your own girls. But you can intermix. Like
Yeah.
maybe they should do that. But also, every single reverse harem I've ever read, the girl, there's nothing fucking special about her. Nothing.
They're
Nothing
never
worthwhile.
special, Jackie. They're self-insertion.
No.
Yeah, and I feel like that's different. Like MFF
Yeah.
or FMM, like I feel like
Yeah.
that's different.
And I
from
do know I
why choose.
have learned that the whole MFM and MFMM, how it's put,
Yeah.
all symbolizes something
Dictate.
different.
Dictate who they're together. So if it's
Yeah.
MFM, it's a male with a female, but that female's with another male. But the males are not together.
Yeah, the males don't interact.
The middle part is the connector piece, but the outer
Yeah.
pieces don't connect.
Yeah. I don't know. I just learned that I like to choose, and I'm a one person, so it's gotta be a monogamous 2 people relationship for me to enjoy it. That's what I've learned. Because I'm just like, I can't. In my mind, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with all of you at once. I really don't. Even in a sexual situation, I can't deal with all of you people.
I
Maybe
mean,
two of you I can deal with, but you get any more than that, and my brain is just like pulling me out of the situation, and I'm like, how's this working?
here, maybe the other reason I have a problem with why choose and reverse harems is because, again, back to the girl, maybe it's just a jealousy thing. I mean, maybe I'm just jealous of the bitch that you can have all
Maybe
these
you are.
Maybe you
fucking
are.
dudes want to like fight over you, but still get together. And I am personally like a lot of these girls. I'm outspoken, I'm blunt, I'm in your face, and this has never happened to me. So maybe
Maybe it is. Maybe a bias.
maybe
Like,
this
this
person's
is so unrealistic. I'm exactly this character, and this has never happened to me.
you're like, there's nothing special about me.
Which is
but
why
I'm
it's
a
in
bitch like
fiction,
this, and
Jackie.
this is not happening to me, okay? I do not have 3 dudes saying, hey, breaking down your door.
Here's a question for you, though, Jackie. If you were
No.
an author, would you write that scenario? Because it's a fantasy for you.
As a fantasy? Like, if I was the author?
Yeah, if you were an author, would this be a fantasy that you would concoct?
No.
Or why choose where you're the character?
No.
No?
Because
Okay.
I honestly
That's not a fantasy you have?
Oh no. I
Oh,
can
it
be invited. Like I don't mind I have no problem with multiple people. Like that would be great. But I don't share my husband. Period. So with men or women, like you don't touch my husband. That's mine. Thank you. Earned it.
But you can be invited.
Yeah, as long as my husband's part of it. Like that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense, though, Jackie.
Okay, so in real life, that's how it works. But if like
You don't want to share your husband, but
I
you
don't
only
wanna share my
but you
husband.
can be a part of it only if he is invited.
If I wasn't married, I'd have to be invited in. But because I'm married, I don't share. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm writing the story and I'm writing the character as a single female, single, not married, then honestly, no.
I just don't think why chooses for you, Jackie.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, no.
Maybe 2 guys, but not 3. Like, I'm sorry.
No. I can maybe get on board with 2.
Yeah.
But
Because the whole Eiffel Tower thing is intriguing. Like, I think the Eiffel Tower is fucking hilarious.
more than that, I'm just like,
No, but I'm not going to share my husband with anybody. That's mine. Thank you. He's mine.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't like why choose either, because I'm just like, my brain knows it's fiction, but I become that character, and I'm like, I don't want to share you.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite person? My brain just can't let it go.
I think it's a jealousy thing more than anything, is that it's not happening to me. But if it was,
But I think
I
it's
would
interesting
take
that
it.
you and I both don't like that, and we become characters when we read, whereas Laura doesn't become the character when she reads, and she's liking why choose.
Yeah.
That is kind of
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. This got real deep.
Yeah.
We're really digging deep
I know.
into the philosophies of
People are gonna be
what
like,
we
"What
like
the
here."
fuck is going on this channel?"
Yeah.
Just so we're aware, I don't share my husband. There we go. That's all you need to know about me, is I don't share my husband. He's mine. He's my little lumber snack and my pumpkin spice.
I wouldn't want you to
Get a
either.
nail file in his nail. It's probably too file it.
But anyway,
He's
how
all mine.
about we read again? Now that we've covered that topic.
Yep. I think that's why my biggest problem with Helen is because technically she cheated on her husband. And I don't believe in cheating.
What a whore.
I
Okay,
know.
then I'll do it later.
That's why she calls all them
cat.
damn whores.
The cat turned off the camera.
He's like, well, time to read. That's your cue. All right, scene 30. God dang, it took forever for my microphone to turn on. I was like, hello, microphone?
So how far'd you get, Becky?
How'd you do? I am now at page 300, so I have 150 pages left.
I'm at 447.
I'm at 271.
So do you have 150 pages left?
Something like that.
My book somewhat got interesting.
Mm.
I mean, I'm interested in it. It's just like, I don't want to say nothing happened, but like the plot is basically just girl trying to go home with a bunch of shit thrown in to make it more difficult. You know, that's pretty much the plot. But
Paris just announced that he was going to fight Menelaus independently. And Menelaus was kicking his ass, and Aphrodite decided to save him, and now he thinks he's a coward.
Aphrodite, that name rings a bell.
Yeah, she's the cause of all this, so.
Of course she is. It's no one else but her, right?
Well, so it starts off, Helen marries Menelaus, gives thanks to Demeter, Persephone, Hera, forgets Aphrodite. Aphrodite is like the goddess of passion and love, so her marriage is passionless. Like there's no passion. She doesn't care, nothing. Then she encounters Aphrodite and she says, you didn't give me this. I'm going to, because you're sorry, I'm going to give you this passion, blah, blah, blah. And she thinks, oh, that's fantastic. She goes home. Passion not for her husband, but for a visitor, which is Paris. And that's where the affair starts. And she's madly in love with Paris. And then they go to Troy. And then the face that launched 1,000 ships. And Agamemnon just wanted a reason to fucking sack Troy.
Sounds like a lot of Greek drama.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, Laura?
They were at the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and Nico showed up.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, you about to hate his ass hardcore.
Yeah, and I don't know
And then-
what the witches just did to her, but
You what?
the witches are doing something to her.
Oh, yeah. That's some fucked up shit. Yeah. Fuck Nikos and fuck those bitches.
You know, I thought this, Jackie, when I said this ended on a cliffhanger, was I right?
Yes.
Okay. I sat
mean,
there,
it was
I was
drunk
thinking
as
about
fuck.
that the other day, and I was like, was that the book that I thought? Or was that another book? Because I had read 2 books like back to back that ended in a cliffhanger. And I was like,
This thing is an abrupt, like, bam, sentence end, cut
Okay,
type thing.
okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
correct then.
And you
Oh,
hate
no.
yourself because you're just like, no. That's why I
That
have the
was
second book on my
not
Kindle.
the reaction I had.
That's why I have the second book on my Kindle.
I was like, that's it? But then I was like, oh, thank God.
Wow.
I was annoyed. I was like, are you fucking serious?
I'm like, thank God
That's
it's
when you
over.
choose to end
But
this thing?
I was
Motherfucker.
like, thank God it's over. But that was it. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of glad you don't have questions, Laura, because I probably wouldn't be able to answer most of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think, you know, every time I read somebody else's book, I have it in the back of my mind. I'm like, I should really think of some questions for this. But then I never do.
Oh, the second book's on Hoopla. I
That's
wonder if the first one was too.
Yeah, I got the first one on Hoopla.
Yeah, it was. I never checked that.
Are you still reading it physically though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I wonder if Kristen finished it.
I think she did.
Yeah, she did. Because we were like,
Yeah.
oh, you got to the scene.
Did she?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm assuming
that's-
she did, but
The scene.
well, did she get to? Because all I remember her saying is "subtle, Jackie, subtle." I don't know. If
So she knew what I meant.
Yeah, so I
Um,
assumed that's because she got
okay.
there.
I'm like, I don't know if she got there. Or, I'm assuming she finished it
Because
because
you haven't gotten to the scene yet, so you don't know what my comment meant. Yeah, so she'd already gotten to it. It's only subtle if you've read the scene.
I was at least trying to be a little bit more vague about it, Jackie.
I wasn't. That shit was great. That was a fun scene.
That's to try not to, spoil it. Then I was like, wow, Jackie, that wasn't subtle at all.
It's great.
Mhm.
It's awesome. It was a good time. It was probably one of my favorite parts of the book.
Well,
Yeah.
it was mine too. I listened to that and I was like, oh, that perked my attention right up.
I can get behind that one real easy. Really easy.
I think that was the only time in the book I became her.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord, get to that part of the book. Oh, Jesus.
It's going to warm you right up.
Oh. Oh. My book at least did something different, I guess, in the fantasy romance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's very different from a lot of fantasy romances I read, which is why it's keeping my attention, but I'm just like, there was a scene in there I was like, oh, is this gonna go like ACOTAR, like Feyre under at Court of Nightmares type
Under the
feel?
Mountain?
No, not Under the Mountain.
Oh.
Court of Nightmares.
Mm.
It had that vibe to it.
No.
But it went very different.
No, that was the one area of that whole book series that just was kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
Why?
why? Why was it that horrible? You know?
Mm.
Like,
'Cause he
why
had-
did it have to be? When
'cause
he was
he
in
had-
charge of it.
Because he had to fool everybody because they didn't know about Valoris.
Yes. But
And all those people had to think that he was like a bad guy.
he was like that before the whole Under the Mountain thing too. Like, he initially started it off that way.
Yeah, he had to make them think that he was a bad guy. Because nobody knew about Valoris.
Yeah, I understand that, but when he became in charge, he could have merged the two and just hid it from everybody else.
He didn't
You know what I
want
mean?
the people in the thing to know about Valoris, though. Like, Kier, he didn't want Kier to know about Valoris.
Why don't you just kick him out on top of that? Just
I
get the
don't
fuck
know.
out.
Because Rhysand is not the bad guy he pretends to be, okay?
I could
That's why. Have you read A Court of Silver Flames yet, Jackie?
fuck no.
On it.
I know.
Have you read that, Laura?
Yeah.
See, Laura's even ahead of you.
Rude. I get it. I haven't read the third her other series yet either.
You don't. Never mind. You
Which
might
one?
Really,
Crescent
you
City.
might really like
Crescent
it.
Oh.
City. I've heard a lot of people say I'm not gonna like it, so I guess a lot of people did not like it.
It's okay.
I didn't read it. I read the first one, and then I read about 200 pages of the second one. DNF'd it, skipped to the last 4 chapters, read those, and then never read the third one.
I just have a feeling that with the way the second one ended, and don't Laura, since you've read it, don't tell me if I'm right or wrong, because this is how I feel. You can just kind of like be a mute on this one. I just feel like it's going to be keeping this series is such a struggle. I have like 45.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
I'm in the middle of so many.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
only have like 22, so
I don't even want to know.
which I feel like is a lot.
But I feel like just going into it blind, I don't know how long she's going to keep that up, like the crossover. Like, I feel like it's just going to be like a blip and then to go back to the world, because the amount of people that says like, oh, it's okay. I don't feel like they would say it's okay if he was in the book for a long amount of time. Let's just put it that way. Like, that's kind of how I feel. So I'm like, that's annoying. But I don't know.
So you're wanting more of it.
Yeah, that out of the 3 series, that's the Court of Thorns and Roses, that's my favorite of her 3.
My favorite too.
But we shall see. It'll probably be a hot minute before I read it. So
Hmm.
You should read A Court of Silver Flames, though. You'll end up liking Nesta.
I already hate her right now. Like, I
Listen,
fucking can't
I wasn't
stand
her biggest fan either, but her book came around and I ended up liking the bitch.
Yeah, you really do just end up falling in love with her.
Because you really just. And then it makes all of her actions before that as like, okay, you weren't that bad.
I mean, she wasn't that bad. She was just bitchy. And I just was like being whiny. And I'm like, I don't want to hear you whine about it. You're fucking immortal. Like, why would you want to go back to the mortal world where your life sucked? Why
Because
are you?
it wasn't her choice, Jackie. She probably would have been okay with it if it were her choice. Her choice was taken away.
Okay, but now it can't be undone, so quit bitching about it.
Because, Jackie, she has to take time to get used to it. You can't just take people's choices away and not have them bitch about it for a while. You got to ease them into that, Jackie.
You gotta ease them into taking your choices away.
That's
How
right.
do you do that?
One chisel at a time.
Mm.
It's like we're going to take that choice away and give you time to stew on it and accept it. And then we're going to take that choice away, give you time to stew on it. And then you just keep doing it, Jackie. I'm assuming.
Just do it and move on.
I'm assuming that's how that works.
I mean, that's how people treat me, and they take my choices away, and I just have to move on with it. My feelings don't matter on it. That's why I took my choice away.
That's what happens. Anyway, read the damn book. Fall in love with Nesta. Get to Cassian's scenes.
I am looking forward to those.
You see, by not reading Nesta's story, you're really missing out on the Cassian stuff, Jackie.
Yeah, I know.
And you like Cassian.
I do. I did like him more than recent, actually.
I mean, same.
He's funny.
Mm.
I like his humor.
Somebody asked, like, if you could kill off one member of the inner circle, who would it be? And I said Azrael, because I really just don't give a fuck about him.
Wow.
He's just there, brooding in the shadows. I'm like,
The
dude.
other chick, the one that Azrael likes, that chick, I get rid of her.
Elaine?
The one that got stabbed by Lucian's family, impaled.
She's not part of the inner circle?
Yeah, she is.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
She works with Rhysand, like she's Rhysand's like girl bestie. And she was part of the Autumn Court, and she was impaled, and that's how Rhysand found her.
More?
No, not the creature.
Do you even know these characters?
Yes, I know these characters.
More?
She's the one that Azrael likes and wants to have a
That's
scene with.
more.
Is that more, or is that the other? That I thought more was the creature lady.
No, that's
The one that was a
Amren.
body. Huh?
That's Amren.
Okay, so more the girl
blonde
who ends up
girl.
being gay. I didn't care about her.
Yeah,
she could have been
more.
written off. I didn't give a shit about her.
Okay. Well,
I thought her character served no purpose.
Hi, Abby. Abby's leaving.
Bye, Abby.
Bye, Abby. Thanks for joining us in our tangents of discussion.
Shenanigans.
Who would you kill off, Laura?
I don't know. I don't know. That's hard.
You must choose.
What if I don't want to choose?
This is a choice we're taking away from you. Choose.
I don't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't kill any of them.
Is there any character in the series you would kill off? Other than like the bad ones?
Elaine.
Just Elaine. I've slowly come to tolerate her. I guess just because, like, in 3 books, she really hasn't done anything.
She hasn't done anything. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Like, all I know her to enjoy is fucking planting gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, she just seems like I like her because she's like sweet, and she seems like one of those characters who could be like, you know how all the rest are like boss babes who don't need no man. I feel like she could be that very feminine one who could like probably kick your ass but still, you know, cry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Still cry about it.
And be like feminine and,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm just not very attached to her.
I feel like I like her for that reason, but I just don't know what else she does. I feel like if I were like any of the characters, I am very fucking much like Elaine. I feel like I'm her. I'm a boring bitch who brings nothing much to the table. So I feel like I resonate with her, and I feel like that's why.
Yeah, it was Morgana. That's what I was thinking of. I didn't remember her as Moore. I remember Morgana. I was looking at the names. Yeah, I cut her out. I kill her off.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't care about her.
I feel like she has more of a personality than Elaine, but I also feel like she hasn't really done much either. So,
It is.
Which is sad that like I know more about her than Elaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think she also might have did that because she's leaving it open to continue with the series. I feel like she's eventually going to give us Elaine's story.
Well, I feel like she will, but I feel like she should have like scattered in some like fucking tidbits to make me more interested in Elaine by now. I mean, she scattered in some of Nesta before I got to her book. Felt like I knew more about Nesta.
Maybe because she was planning on Nesta for longer than Elaine. Maybe she didn't think Elaine was going to be that big of importance.
I mean,
but you literally left, Lucian high and dry. So
poor Lucian.
I know, he got fucked so many ways.
That boy needs a happily ever after.
He needs a fucking hug.
He needs somebody who loves him.
Yeah.
And not somebody who's just like, I don't want you. I'd be like, I want you, Lucian. Come here. I'll choose you.
Yeah.
You poor little fox boy with your one eye.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, he needs a happy. I mean, I wouldn't be too mad if she gave me a Lucian story instead of an Azriel story, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I wouldn't mind if she gave me a Tamlin redemption arc, gave him a happily.
I would love that. That's what I want.
Screw Az, I want Tamlin's story.
No, thanks.
Would you kill him off, Laura?
Yep.
Okay, see, we got Laura to finally kill somebody.
I would have killed him off up until the end of ACOWAR, and then I'm just like, no, I want him to have a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to have a moment.
I mean, at least he didn't break her bone.
Yeah.
You know, he just locked her in a house.
He just locked her in a house. Totally fine.
He could have, you know, abused her and broken her arm.
Yeah.
You know, gotten her drunk and made her do stuff, but whatever. I'm just saying, he hasn't done anything that's more worse than other characters.
You know, I really think it's funny how, so in the first book, when they have those little moments under the mountain, when they have those little like connected moments, and we're all like, oh, those were hot and bother. Like, we like those. We're all into it. They couldn't keep their hands off each other. It was like that one moment where Reese was like, this is a gift, you know, take it. And they're like up against the wall. And then when you get to book 2, Reese is so fucking mad about that. He's like, all he wanted to do was to fuck you, and he wasn't trying to get you out. There was no fucking way out at that point in time. So, you know, like, I just thought it was funny how she just like took something we enjoyed and then just said, hey, you're not supposed to like this.
Yeah.
You're all jackasses for this. I thought that was kind of funny on her half. I was like, oh shit.
My thing was, though, is I wasn't all that attached to Tamlin. Like, I didn't feel the chemistry between him and Feyre. Which is why I didn't like the first book, and I was like, why the fuck is everybody so obsessed with this story? Like, these two have no chemistry together. And then I got to the second book, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why.
I like their chemistry. I like their little story.
But I liked him as a character. Like, I grew to like him as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not so bad. You have your own trauma, too. I understand, man.
Yeah. I liked when they were all in the room in like ACOWAR, and he walks in and he's like basically calls her a slut. I'm just like, ouch.
Okay, that was rude.
I was like, damn.
That was rude.
It was rude, but at the same time,
that was rude.
It was probably the most authentic his character had ever been. Like, probably most authentic moment in his entire like character arc was just that, because you knew he was pissed and he did not want to fucking be there.
I still like Rhysand, though.
It's just like, hey, guess what? If you wouldn't have slept with this dude, I would never betrayed them. So guess what? It is all your fucking like, oh.
No, I think he made some stupid choices.
Oh, he did. That's why I say fucking Tamlin all the time.
But I don't think he's as bad as what everybody like thinks he is.
Yeah. We gonna do another sprinty sprint?
Yeah, I was just about to start one.
Okay.
I'm like, well, we had a lull in conversation. Oh, hold on, I gotta pull up a timer. Give me my timer. How many more pages you got, Laura?
I'm on 271 of 350. I don't know, you do the math.
I have too many.
Oh, I'm like, is it few enough that you could finish it this sprint? Apparently not.
No, I won't be able to finish it this sprint.
No, I won't either.
I won't either, but I'm hoping to get another like 25 done. Okie dokie, see you in 30. I'm here. How much reading did you get done?
I forgot I was muted still. So Kiersey?
Happens.
Kiersey?
Yeah.
Did that actually just happen?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
That's like the only thing that I did not see coming so far.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was pretty shocked by that one too. I actually, because I remember on reading sprints with you, you're like, I really like her, but I don't have a lot of faith in her survival. And I had already read that part.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
And I was like,
Oh my god.
your faith is real.
yep.
I have 130 more pages.
Ugh.
I have too many. That's still too many.
295.
I mean, you should only have like 100 more pages, right, Laura? If it's three, what was it?
350.
Something? Oh, 350.
350.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you have less than 100 pages.
Yep.
You're so close.
You're so close. I will definitely finish it tonight.
I have 177 more pages.
We're all so fucking close to finishing these damn books.
I know. Like, I might just stay up and finish this. Like, I just be like, nope, I should have done it last night, but I was tired. And I might just be like, I'm just going to be dragging ass work tomorrow. Probably not going to happen that way, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, you gotta go work tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to work. It's bill week tomorrow. But you know what? Here's the thing. For as much as I complain about this book and how long it is, this is still really fucking good. Like, I'm still enjoying this. When I'm in it, I am in it. When I am with the characters, I'm with them. I know the story, but I like her take on the story. I like her fictional elements of the story. I like her emotional characters. So this may be a 5-star.
Oh.
This may end my video.
Oh, I should check in that vlog.
It might. It might actually happen.
Listen, if you give this book 5 stars, all the fucking complaining you've been doing.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, mainly your complaints are, I'm still reading this book.
I'm still reading it.
You really haven't complained too much about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Helen of Troy, I already knew Helen did stupid things for orgasms. So it's like, that's just historical. Like, I can't, when I go through, like, what worked, what didn't work, I can't say that because that's historical fact. She fled. I don't like cheating, but I knew that aspect going into the story, that there was cheating involved. So how did the author use it? And how did she overcome it? Did I still fall in love with Helen? And there's parts of this time where I actually do like Helen. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually like you. This is annoying. But I felt the same way when I read Mary Queen of Scots because it was also really long a couple of years ago. And I was like, God, I'm still fucking reading this book. But I gave that thing 5 stars. So,
maybe.
However, I probably will not read another Margaret George for a hot minute because I forgot how long it takes me to read her books.
I was gonna say you should choose lighter books for Minute Jacks.
Well, let's see. March is I think I'm doing are you guys doing the Realmathon?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I am.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
I need to sign up for it and get my TBR based off of that because I was thinking about doing like a game or something, but it didn't work out to my advantage this month at all because it didn't. So
well,
I think I'm gonna do
Realmathon
that.
is pretty much a game.
It is, but I don't know. It is a game, but yeah.
Are you joining Jen's team?
Probably.
Mm.
I don't know who's it this year.
I'm doing.
I usually do it, but like I don't have it in me to do it this year. I mean, it's not like it takes much. You pretty much read whatever the fuck you want and just hope something matches a prompt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't have the bandwidth to keep track of it this year.
The bandwidth.
Yeah.
Well, I know I have 2 books that I'm reading next month, and then whatever book of the month books I get to, because after I finish this book, obviously these are going to be my next books because I have to read these, or at least have started them, so I don't have to draw 3 book of the month books next month. And I think the March books, I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, there's short ones in there?
There is a short one. I don't know if the Hunting Wives is March. I don't know if that's where the March ends or not. I don't remember having a lot of March books. So let's see. But I feel like if this is good, this is going to read really fast because it's a thriller and they tend to read really fast. And also, this is only 360 pages. Oh, no. Hold on. Yeah, I was right, 360. Because the font is so big. So
That helps.
and then this Heartless Hunter one I think will read really fast too. I mean, there's chapter 60 and 61. They're pages. You know, like I feel like this will read fast. And I had the sequel to this one already.
Damn, you already got the sequel. Jackie, you don't even know if you're going to like the first one.
It was in book of the month, so it was another book of the month selection, so I could get it that way.
Still, shouldn't you? Man, I'm not one to talk. I tend to. I've gotten better at not buying.
As long as I'm
sequential
not
books if
carrying
I
this,
haven't read the first one.
as long as I'm not carrying this book over into March, I'm going to be happy. Because if I'm still carrying this over, I'm just be like, February was a fail. It took me a month to read this fucking book.
I mean, you read other stuff in February, didn't you?
Yeah, I read Sin Wagon and The Unmarked Witch. That's what I think I've completed this month.
No.
Hold on, let me double check.
I was going to say, you've read other stuff.
Yeah, 2 other books.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, Jackie.
Shut up. Right, I know. Shit.
But listen, your one book was lengthy.
Yeah, I've literally only read those 3.
Oh.
Why? What the fuck?
My goodness gracious.
But I also have Leather and Lark going, so if I can finish that one over the week because it's audio. I just didn't bring my headphones home, so I couldn't finish it this week.
My friend Suleika is reading that right now. She's like, I'm not loving this. I'm like, nobody loves this book.
No. Like I'm not loving it. Like it's best, it's gonna be 3.
I haven't heard anybody who has liked that book.
Yeah. I don't like Lark. I don't like her at all.
Mhm.
I'm doing this for the love of my friend. Really?
They're just
Your
so
friend's a
boring.
serial killer. If you explain the situation, she's gonna fucking understand.
They're also really boring. Like for being a serial killer, she is really boring.
Yeah, she puts everything with glitter.
Yeah. And like even the things she does, I'm
Mhm.
like, that's really boring.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Lachlan just doesn't want his job. Like he doesn't want to do bad things. He just wants to fucking make leather. That's all he wants to fucking do.
Yeah. Whereas I think the third book doesn't have nearly as much serial killing in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the things that they did when they did kill were a lot more interesting.
Mm.
Oof, there's a scene in that one, Jackie.
Mm.
A
I'm
haunted
excited
house
about that
scene.
one. So
There's a haunted house scene, Jackie.
nice.
Everybody talks about the cotton candy scene, but I'm over here like, I was like reading the haunted house scene. I was like, okay.
I'm so confused.
This one hasn't really destroyed any food for me. Like they're supposedly have destroyed pizza and beer. No. It wasn't
Have
really
you
that.
read Butcher and Blackbird, Laura?
I have not.
Is it anything that appeals to you?
I don't know. I don't know if that's my thing.
It's funny.
I like
Yeah.
it. I just don't like it's Lark. I can tolerate Lachlan, but it's just Lark. I just don't like her. Like I just think she's annoying and
Mhm.
whiny and bratty. And it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also we already know, like at the beginning of the book, she's like, never again. It'll never happen. We already know. If we didn't know maybe what happened at the boarding school, like we don't specifically know, but we know that she was assaulted. All right. We get that. But it's just like, if we didn't know that, it might make more sense. And it might be like, oh, okay. But it doesn't. Also, your best friend is a serial killer, and you haven't told your best friend that you're a serial killer either. No, you're a what does she call her? Multiple deleter. That's what she's calling herself.
Multiple deleter. Okay.
Multiple
Is
deleter.
that- That's stupid. Yeah, but if your friend was a serial killer and you knew, and she knew you knew, why wouldn't you just be like, "Hey, babe, me too"?
Yeah, exactly. But she knows that Lark is crazy and vengeful as fuck. So it's like she already knows that you're psycho, so just show her the
But
full
you're
crazy.
best friends.
Yeah, like come on. Like I just listened to the scene where this chick walks in the restaurant and she looks at Lachlan and is like, oh, apparently a lot of stuff has changed since that Halloween night. And then Lark's like, well, I've got to go. And then they're like, you need to go get her. And he's like, what do you mean? And he's just like, she is fucking crazy. She's super nice on the outside, but that unicorn does not shit rainbow. She shits like fucking daggers and lava. You need to go after her. And you start hearing about all this like crazy shit that she did. I'm like, okay, so she's a stage 5 fucking clinger and a psychopath. Cool. Still don't like her. I liked Sloane because at least she was funny about it.
Yeah, she was funny.
She didn't hide what she was.
I think she was funny, and the girl, what's the girl's name in the Scythe and Sparrow?
Rose.
Rose. She accepts it.
Yep.
She's just all about it. She's like, this is my dark side, and I like this about me.
Yeah. And Lark tries to be not that. Like she tries to, I'm not that crazy person, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you are with fucking glitter. Like, and that's the thing, like throwing glitter in, it's supposed to make it funny. It doesn't.
No.
It did not.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there, man. She went from really great book to shit book to pretty great book again.
Yeah. And Lachlan was the one that found all their like prospects in the first book. So for him to be like, well, I didn't research Lark. Really?
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with the second one.
So, Laura, if you read this series, just read the first book and the third book.
Yeah.
You don't need to read that second book. Nobody likes that second book.
Yeah.
There was this lady who shared, like, I guess she, like, read all 3 of them. And then she created, like, a tandem reading thing. Because they all, like, overlap
Yeah.
a lot. It's one of those series.
Yeah.
I was like, to do that, I would have to go back and read Leather and Lark. And I don't want to do that. No, thank you.
Yeah. So far, the crossover. Yeah. So you have the wedding in the second book, but at the end of the first book is a night where they like go off with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know that yet. And it's fucking weird. Some balcony scene or whatever. It's fucking stupid.
Are you almost done with it, though?
I've got 4 more hours of the audiobook.
Oh.
Like he just discovered her secret. That's where I'm at with him.
Mhm.
Like that's it. I'm like, really?
Just DNF it, Jackie.
No.
Just DNF it and go to the third book.
I don't own the third book yet.
It's
Oh.
on audio.
I also don't really care for the female narrator in the second audiobook. I do not like her very much.
I
The
can't
guy's
remember.
fine. I don't like her. I don't like the pitch that she's at. It just it gets on my nerves. Like I'm like, oh,
Mm.
like it's Elle Woods trying to be like, okay, you know the line, like it's hard. Like that's really funny the way Reese Witherspoon delivers it. It's that pitch talking about super serious shit, and it doesn't work. That peppy
Who's the-
cheerleader
who's the
tone does not
narrator?
work with this at all.
Who's the narrator?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I just
Uh,
know I don't really care for her right
I
now.
can never remember them damn narrators' names either.
And I can't listen to it any faster than I am. I'm on a 1.5 because of his Scottish accent. It's too hard to understand him at a faster speed.
Are they Scottish or are they Irish?
Irish, whatever accent it is. Irish, Scottish. It's a
Whatever.
fucking accent.
They're similar.
So
Well, Chicalikas, I would love to do another one, but I don't think I have it in me.
okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately. It's already 10 o'clock. And I'm so tired. So, did we
Alright.
do 2 or 3 this time? Did we do 3 sprints?
We did
Three?
3.
Look at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we're going to be doing 4. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining, anybody. Night.
Good
Smile
night.
and wave, folks. Smile and wave.